And welcome back to episode 216 of the Hit the Showers podcast, presented to you by the Foolproof Entertainment Network. As always, I'm your host, Clifford Jordan Jennings, here with my point man and co-host. I don't even want to pick on him this week.
He can't pick on, man. Let me tell you something. He can't pick on me. Because at the end of the day, it's a marathon, not a sprint. We ain't worried about the 100-meter dash. We worried about the 1,600-meter lap.
Listen, I'm just hoping them birds ain't cooked. Malcolm King.
Man, it's been depressing these past 2 weeks, though.
Yeah. And it's not only that, it's the losses back to back, it's who you took the losses to.
Well, see, here's the thing. I'm fine with who we took the losses to, because even the Cowboys dude made a good point at work today, one of my coworkers. I mean, if you think about it, there are 3 losses, right? The Jets, who I think we shouldn't have lost to, but they're a creeper team. And what I mean by that is, they literally might creep up on a win on your ass, Right. And we lost to the Cowboys and the Niners. Cowboys and Niners, aside from us, maybe, obviously, right now, if not two of, well,
I think the Niners is the most complete. I think the Cowboys, aside from Dak being wishy-washy, they're a pretty complete team as well.
But see, exactly.
Diggs is out.
But if you looked at that game, Cliff, specifically, not to, I'm not trying to, yeah, no. I don't want to dive too deep because I know CT going, but what I'm just hinting at, I guess you could say, is, man, and you know me, Dak looked great that game. I mean, over the shoulder. I mean, he was putting it on the money. You know what I'm saying?
He did a lot of throwing.
And now you also know we talk about it offline. I can't stand the cadence. So to watch that game,
I hate that shit too, man.
But from a the way you said it was funny. But from a what's the word I'm looking for? I guess from a offensive standpoint, so to speak, they said that they do it because I guess the Cowboys used to struggle offensively with their cadences and offsides and stuff like that. So I guess they explained it that the reason why he does it is a way to say, all right, whatever shit we calling out or trying to adjust, shut all that shit. I'm about to say hike.
Right.
So here we go is really like, shut the fuck up, I'm saying hike.
But you could say anything and that could be in the place of that. You know what I'm saying?
I agree. That shit every time is too much.
Y'all are professionals. Like, I shouldn't have to, literally read you directions before I snap the ball. Here we go. I'm about, that's too much. Y'all are professionals out here. It doesn't matter if I throw out Omaha. You know what I'm saying? Once I make the call, get fucking ready.
Right. And if you're going off sides, then you don't need to be in the game.
Man,
you don't need to be in the game.
Stop it.
You don't need to be in the game.
Everybody that made it to that professional level has gone through that at all of them.
Right. Right.
From Pop Warner to, high school to college to all of that. If you don't have it by fucking now, my nigga.
Yeah. It's shit. I mean, but like I said, Cliff, the point I was getting at is we lost to some good teams aside from the Jets. We know they're not the best, but they've been coming into their own lately too, the Jets, that is.
All of the losses are respectable. I will say that. When I said that who you took them to, it seemed like they were both rivalry. The teams.
They are.
The teams had more on the line than just the game.
Especially the Cowboys, because
that's that bad. Even though they're not they're the lowest of the 3, it doesn't hurt that bad because you don't have that much history with them. But those
we don't. Yeah, that too. Yeah. Now, again, I'm fine with the losses because it's regular season, but just the totality of those games is what gets me. We went to Dallas, obviously, recently. We lost. You know what I mean? And we looked. Again, I don't want to dive too. It just didn't look good. And then, like I said, the Niners game, we know how that turned out. You know what I mean? I guess my thing is I'm fine with losing, Cliff. It's just the fashion that we're losing that I'm not okay.
This is what I'll say about it, and then we'll leave it for now.
Yeah.
Until CT or whatever. We'll pick a little bit on my squad.
Pick back up. Yeah.
But
oh, Lord. Oh, Jesus.
The Eagles, to me, in terms of the 100-meter dash,
Right.
The Eagles, to me, remind me of DK Metcalf. And I'm just using that name so the people out there have a point of emphasis that, you know what I'm saying? Like, you are very fast. Uh-oh, there go Coach Mike.
What's up, Mike?
You are
What's
very
going
fast. When you joined in, right, this is my analysis of the Philadelphia Eagles. I said in 100...
They can't win without the officials? Yeah.
We knew you was going to come in. You got to win, too. But listen, in terms of 100-meter dash, we got CT in the building. They are DK Metcalf. And I only say that, like I said before, to give an emphasis to the people listening. And I say that because raw talent, yes, you're fast enough to keep up with the Olympic racers. But you're not going to win just off of raw talent. You have to know technique as well in terms of the 100-meter dash. You have to know how to come out the blocks. You have to know the placement of your arms and shoulders. You can't get wild while you're running. All that matters. You feel what I'm saying? And right now, the Eagles are just showing you raw talent to raw talent. We can keep up with you, but we need more technique to win. And you're not going to get that technique from anywhere else but the sideline. And right now, it just seems like y'all don't got it. Not to keep harping on it, but you know what I'm saying.
Well, I mean, I'm going to say the same thing like I said I've been saying, right? I'm not really too worried about now. I mean, I am, but, playoffs will be here in a couple weeks.
Right.
And so, anybody that's got something to say, whether it's Mike or the Cowboys or whoever, that's fine. We just got to see what everybody's teams do in the playoffs because as of right now, that's a different game. And we've fared a lot better than most teams when that time comes. The regular season, it's kind of just like we're just trying to make it through. Literally, I think that's the problem too, right? I think Jalen's been banged up for a few weeks or so, right?
Right.
And so I think they're just trying to make it to the playoffs.
They don't.
Then you get bored. You get bored with the regular season.
Yeah, I don't think there's any excitement. There's a lack of excitement. It's discipline. Y'all know fucking AJ Brown, Devontae Smith, and Jalen Hurts all fumbling in the same game. When does that happen? Rightfully so, because they were all good plays defensively. But that's not normal.
Right.
You know what I mean? But if it happens, then we're going to lose. So they got to clean up a lot of shit. Discipline is real. And
Jalen Carter was the only touchdown y'all had in that game.
I've seen that. He took off for a big boy. He took off.
That was the only touchdown y'all had in that game.
He took off. Yeah, that's just
terrible. Y'all run game has went down so bad. That's why I feel like y'all problems is starting. Because remember Swift at the beginning of the season was 100 yards rushing. Y'all, you know what I'm saying?
He was also getting a lot of touches too. He's not getting those same touches anymore either.
But that's what I'm saying. The run game as a total. Greenwell will come in and help out a little bit.
Byron Scott,
yeah, y'all had a good, decent run game. And then Hurts, you know what I'm saying? That'll open it up for him. And then A.J. Brown wouldn't be double teamed.
Yeah, it comes down to the coaching.
It comes to the run game. That's what y'all bread and butter.
I won't say the coaching. I'll say the play calling. But I still feel like you got to work with what you got, even as the head coach.
Man, play calling can't be that bad.
It is. It is bad because they had to make a statement, CT, recently and say, after our loss to the Cowboys, they had to say, well, we're still going to let offensive coordinator Brian Johnson resume his duties as offensive coordinator because it was a question of should they let him keep calling plays.
Blame now these coordinators that's weird.
That fake.
Well, but that's if they're the play callers, it's not weird.
Right. That's my thing. So that's my thing.
Definitely, when you 10-0, when you 8-0, it's all good.
But
no, CT. Look, we played a tape. Cliff and I have been saying, even with the wins, haven't we, Cliff? The play calling and some decision making
is raw talent against raw talent, and the Eagles have a lot of raw talent. But if you give them direction, they'll be that much better. That's what I'm getting at. My whole thing is even with the coach, at some point, if that fake punt was the first the first sign all year that I said, oh, at least they went in there with a game plan. They knew what they was wanting to do and did it.
Well,
it wasn't just Jalen dropping back trying to hope for a open man or take off on the feet. They're playing Ohio State ball right now.
What'd you say?
The Eagles are playing Ohio State ball right now, hoping the receivers get open and we'll let our athletic quarterback buy us time.
There's no Ohio State ball when
that's what y'all are playing.
I feel like it's been for the last couple years.
I mean, I know you're a Michigan fan.
It's beyond that, Cliff. Kyle McCord is y'all's quarterback, bruh. It's not even the same comparison.
I'm not
but
to
it's
Kyle
a play
McCord.
calling
I'm
thing.
talking about.
I mean, I guess I get it. I just don't think that was the best analogy. That's all.
Haskins to Fields to everyone before. We need our athletic quarterback to buy us some time for our wide receivers to make an opening. That's how the Eagles are playing ball.
I mean, but that's how the Chiefs are playing ball too. A lot of teams are playing ball like that.
That could describe the Chiefs, the Bills, the Eagles.
You just described a lot of teams, Cliff.
So they all
to
got
be
the
honest
same
with
play
you.
caller.
No, but the issue is that motherfuckers aren't capitalizing and making mistakes a lot more than typical. You know, and you've seen it, like Mike said. Mike, you can attest to it.
I would say
your Bills have either hit or miss. No, all season. Mike, we talked about it when you get on the show. The Bills and my Eagles have been lately too. Their teams are consistently inconsistent. They're either shining or you're like, what the fuck am I watching? You know, there's no consistency.
Usually in the same game.
Yeah, right, Mike. Like, I mean, there's been a lot of mediocre football this year, I'll say. Aside from the Niners, there's been a lot of mediocre football this year.
No,
we went out there and put up a drive on the Steelers. We beat the Steelers. Did not see that coming. So yeah, it's definitely mediocre.
That's what I'm saying. That Tom Brady called it. It's been a mediocre.
That's on and off.
But what name almost damn near what team isn't right now? Broncos. They started off shitty.
I'm not talking about. But
the only team that don't look shitty is the 49ers.
Right, that's the only team.
I will agree with that. There's nobody outside of the 49ers right now.
Right.
It looks Baltimore heading into the end of the season and finishing strong to get into the playoffs. Now, I will say the Bills have an opportunity to do that if they can win the next 4-3, whatever it is.
Because y'all play the Cowboys next, Mike.
Y'all got us in the mix too, I think, don't y'all?
Yeah, and honestly, like the Patriots and Dolphins are circled because that's how we win the division and how we sneak in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I need y'all to beat the Cowboys.
Like
I'm definitely rooting for the Bills.
We have to win 3 out of the last 4.
Right.
And probably all 4.
I just wouldn't say that teams are looking shitty.
They are.
No, I don't think you can say that just because when you look at even the lower ranked teams, there are a few of them that are hella low, but everybody else are in a pack where their wins and losses aren't far from even. So when you have teams like that, you can't just say they're shitty because they lost.
I mean, it's not even about the loss. It's bigger than that, right? It's the consistency. I'm fine with the losses. I don't expect anybody. I mean, CT's team proved it when they went 16-0 and lost. I don't expect anybody to be 16-0, Cliff.
Over a third of the league right now, 13 teams are either 6-7 or 7-6.
That's terrible.
It's not.
No, but it also could be indicative of like this is a competitive NFL.
That's what I'm getting at. You can't just say because you get a loss every now and then.
Cliff,
injuries too.
When the GOAT comes out and says it's mediocre football, bro. Come on now, I'm taking his take on it. Who's played over 20 years in the NFL, bro?
Quarterbacks are getting
like
benched, coming back,
that
like
he
Zach
don't like
Wilson, like
this style of basketball played.
I can see that, Cliff. But you know what the difference is? What you just said and what I said. That boy's too far removed from the game. Tom Brady, his last year was 2 years ago.
Conversations about Tom Brady talking that shit.
Last year, CT, right?
After rules got changed for him, so shit's equal. It's gonna happen, Motherfuckers are gonna start hating once they're out of the game.
That's fine.
The nature.
But the competition is not the. That's what I'm saying. I mean, but Cliff, you even say it. The competition is not the same.
When you in it, you can't really say much when you in it because you in it.
I don't know. That says a lot though for 13 teams to be either 6-7 or 7-6.
No, that just tells you that so many teams are playing mediocre. That there's teams like the Jets in them that you know what I mean. Get a couple.
Hey, the Bears are probably in the mix.
That's what I'm getting at. A couple of teams got a couple lucky wins, and so they're 6-7 or something. That's fine.
So would anybody have thought the Texans would have been 7-6?
The Bears should be like 7
in the league starting this season. Would anybody have thought the Bears would have been or the Texans would have been 7-6?
No, but if I'm being honest,
there's a lot of teams like that. Is what I'm saying. You don't just get 7 wins just being mediocre, my G.
If I'm being honest, though, and I'm pulling up the Texans schedule, and I do like C.J. Stroud. I mean, let's be transparent, though, Cliff. They played the Saints. They played. Let's see their wins. Let me see their wins. They beat. They beat. Well, that was the preseason.
They beat the Jags. They beat the Steelers.
Beat the Broncos.
They beat the Bengals.
They beat the Jags. They beat the Steelers.
Broncos.
Right. Look at. Right, but what is that really saying?
But all
though?
those teams are 7-6 too. So
right. But at the same time, we would have thought that a lot of those teams would have been a lot higher than 7-6 as well. These are teams that were in the playoffs last year. That tells you that there are teams that were lower ranked than they should have been that came out wanting to eat. So you can't automatically get upset and be like teams are inconsistent. Because what they got, 3 and 4 losses?
I mean, let me see.
Nobody, like you said, nobody's going to be consistent to be 17-0 at the end of the season. But
their strength of schedule, though, a lot of teams' strength of schedule, and we talked about that before the season started, Cliff. Strength of schedule, you know what I mean, is a big thing. And with all these injuries going on, your strength of schedule is already not that tough, and you're playing some teams that are missing their starting quarterbacks. That's not. Hey, go ahead, CT.
Houston beat all them good teams and then just lost to the Jets. But yeah, that's how the league's going.
You can't be consistent always. And we already talked about the Jets. The one thing that they did have was one of the top defenses.
Yeah,
my nigga's still a rookie quarterback, throwing to rookie wide receivers who are injured at that.
So you got the Dolphins. You got the Ravens at 10-3. Then you got the Dolphins at 9-4, Chiefs at 8-5, and the AFC Jags at 8-5. I like that. And you got both the Cowboys and Eagles at 10-3, Niners at 10-3. I like that.
I wouldn't say that those records. I'm just saying I wouldn't say that those records come from bad or mediocre ball.
No, we'll figure it out here at the end of the season, though, because what will be interesting is like what ends up being the lowest record that makes it in.
Right. That's exactly what I'm in the NFC. Aside from the 4 teams I named, the records are terrible, Cliff. 7-6, 6-7, 5-8, 1-12. That's not good. That's not competitive ball. 5-8 Giants.
Well, see, that's the pack right now. That 6-7, 7-6 is the pack right now.
Hey,
any one of those teams
separates.
Yeah, any one of those teams exactly.
Because there's a big difference between 7-6 and 11-6.
No, I agree, but also I'm able to buy that more in the AFC because we know that the AFC seems to be a little bit better than the NFC. I'm not willing to buy those records in the NFC, fellas. There's nothing you're going to say that's going to convince me in the NFC that record's okay. There's nothing.
I don't disagree with you.
You know what I mean? AFC, I can see that. You've got. Look at who's in the AFC. I'm okay with that. But the NFC
North may still be the strongest division in all of football.
It probably is, Mike.
Yeah,
it probably is. Probably is.
And teams like the Chargers ain't gonna be in there. Like this teams that really like.
Herbert's out. Herbert's out for the season. Keenan Allen.
They were losing when he was playing though. So,
but
I did see a great TikTok earlier this week. It basically said the Bears could end up with the number 1 draft pick and make the playoffs.
That's great. That's weird. That is weird. Yeah, they already got the number 1 and number 2 pick, or number 1 and number 3
next year from Carolina. Yeah.
I mean, That would be crazy.
Are they going to have to pay Fields this year?
Yeah, he ain't got to pay nobody these days if you don't want to.
Listen, I told you, we'll see if he stays.
You got to pay the quarterback.
We'll see if he stays.
Yeah, tell that to Carson Wentz. Tell that to Carson Wentz.
We'll see if he's still there. I told you I gave my predictions, and if I'm correct, crystal ball me, silver and black is what Justin Fields will be in next year.
Well, that market's not big enough, I think. Yeah, I don't think that market's big enough for him. I think he wants to go to a contending team.
Silver and black is what.
And
I don't think
Cliff, I don't know when you want to get. I don't know when you want to get into it. But I wouldn't want to go to a team that went 4 quarters without scoring. I mean, that's just me.
Yeah.
Y'all don't have good selling points to entice, is what I'm saying, a Justin Fields, in my opinion, to want to come to a Vegas.
But why wouldn't we? A lot of the reason that, like we said, that there was no scoring is because there was no extra oomph. When I told you after I saw that, what I tell you when we talked on the phone, I said he gives me Derek Carr Jr. vibes. He sees ghosts in the backfield, he gets nervous, and he makes mistakes.
The Raiders haven't scored a touchdown in 7 quarters. Just throwing that out there.
See, and that's the thing, Cliff.
But he's also been starting all 7 of those.
But Cliff, here's why I don't give you no pass, bro.
But injuries, man, y'all banged up.
I don't get no pass, CT. I don't give no pass, and here's why. How many, Cliff? We talk about this almost every day. How many backup quarterbacks are coming in hitting on shit right now?
I agree.
Not many.
This guy, David. What?
No, I agree.
Hold on.
I agree with that. I agree with
Zach
that.
Wilson had a bomb game last game.
That's why
and
I also said when we talked on the phone, there's no excuse for that, even from a rookie quarterback. Even a rookie quarterback doesn't get a pass with Jacoby Myers, Devontae Allen, even Trey Tucker was making almost catches. You just can't get it to them.
Yeah, that's because
you're just not getting it to them.
When you look at the Bengals backup quarterback, what is it? Browning? Look at him. That motherfucker's been balling.
He's the only one. The one for the Giants only threw for like 90 yards and they got to win.
But besides his stats, though, he's getting dubs, though. DeVito's getting dubs, CT.
True.
He's getting dubs.
But don't act like he's coming out here like Tom Brady mode.
No, I'm not saying that.
You don't have no more talent on New York than the Raiders do in Vegas.
No, and I agree, but I'm saying he's getting his team dubs.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. That's why the rookie doesn't have an excuse. You don't get an excuse with that offense. You have time in the
Will Levis?
Yeah, he gotta go. He has to go.
Hey, what Trevor Lawrence said, I'd rather go out and play on the bad ain't gonna let this quarterback play.
Shit, CJ Stroud just did that last week with a concussion. Or was it the week before? It was
talking about backups.
He got hit and went into the 10 on concussion protocol and ran right back out the next drive.
You fuck around, lose your spot.
CJ ain't in no position to worry about losing his spot to who? Davis Mills?
Oh, neither is Trevor.
No. I'm saying that, like,
but he's still like, nah, we ain't letting Davis Mills throw. I'm coming back with my head
Joe
still
Burrow.
ringing.
No, Joe Burrow ain't gonna lose his spot, but
that look good for us. You're right. Some backups is, but they started too a little bit. Like you say, Zach Wilson, he started a little bit.
He did.
So he ain't really no backup.
True.
Nah, he ain't no backup. They should have kept him in the whole.
I still don't think he's a starter. I don't think he's a starter. I think he's in
development. I think he's in development.
I mean, he's been in development though.
Well, I said, a lot of these quarterbacks shouldn't get the opportunity to come straight in their rookie year starting for a team. They should see how it's done first.
Unless Patrick or Josh.
Well,
but even Patrick had to sit behind Alex Smith. You at least got a season.
I mean, he barely sat behind Alex Smith.
But I'm saying you got to see how it was done prior to just getting thrown into the fire. And Kansas City is a lot better team to just throw a quarterback into the fire than the New York fucking Jets.
But they got talent in New York. Both New York teams got to win this past week.
They started to get talent, but what was the catalyst of that? Them getting Aaron Rodgers. Prior to, it was just Garrett Wilson and Zach Wilson.
I even think last year they
in
showed
defense, they had
Breece Hall in defense, Sauce,
Quentin Williams,
and then his brother. It was Quentin Williams, and then his brother. I don't remember his brother's name. It might be Quincy.
Yeah, his brother came later though, I think.
But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of quarterbacks out here that's going to get paid probably next year. Like maybe even a few backups. I mean, there's some guys out here that's been winning.
I'm just saying it's a lot of quarterbacks.
I don't think they got enough.
It's a lot of quarterbacks right now that are going to get shopped around. And
it's sure.
It's not because that they're bad quarterbacks. It's because teams want that do for me now. We can't afford to develop you. Ain't no do for me later. Do for me now, or we got to get rid of you. And it's a lot of quarterbacks who just may not fare well in the organizations that they're currently in. But I do see a lot of them doing better in others. Mac Jones, Zach Wilson. It's a lot of them that move them out of where they at and see if they don't produce a little bit better than they are. Everybody was ready to hang Baker Mayfield up. Then he got to Tampa Bay.
Well, he didn't play that bad in Los Angeles, though.
That's what I'm saying. He got to a new situation, and all of a sudden he looks rejuvenated.
Well, that's what you hope for.
You can't go off nobody. You can't go grade nobody. You can't grade nobody playing for the Panthers. So
right.
Nah.
Or the Browns, to be honest.
They send you there to fail.
Well, the
Browns
they send you to those recently teams to fail. You can. I think that's why a lot of people are on Deshaun Watson's head top because they like, damn, before you got injured, you wasn't doing much with the.
Well, that's what I mean. That's the luck of the Browns, right? I mean, You had Odell, who was supposed to be one of the best wide receivers of our current generation. Who you go to the Browns, and it is like a death sentence, or the Pan. It is. I don't care who you are, or who the name is.
It's hard to play in the cold, man.
Something, Mike.
Cleveland weather's terrible, anyways. I hate it there.
People just don't fare well on the Browns. They don't fare well on the Browns.
It's a nasty spot to play all around.
Yeah. Unless you're Myles Garrett,
even the team organization, all of it is just a nasty spot to play. They have been making, they've been washing their hands a bit
with Joe Flacco. But
not even just with Joe Flacco. I'm just saying in the past 2 years.
You gotta get lucky with Joe Flacco.
In the past 2 years, their drafts have been in the B pluses. They've been getting the players that they need.
I mean, they've always drafted decent.
If they had Chubb, it'd be crazy right now.
They've always drafted decent besides Tim Couch. I mean, they've drafted some guys though. I'll pull up their draft picks.
Menzel.
That's fine. That was a great draft. He just mentally wasn't ready. That was a good pick. He just wasn't ready. That was on him. That wasn't on Cleveland.
That equals a bad pick.
No, it doesn't, Cliff, because you can't judge some. You don't know. How do I say this? You don't know what you don't know.
These players sitting down as well as you watch their film. If you didn't figure out that this man was not ready prior to bringing him onto the team, that's a bad pick.
No, I mean, but anybody can sell themselves in an interview. Cliff, we all do it.
You're a professional, though. It's your job to read.
You know what I mean? But Cliff, here's the thing. Here's where you're getting confused.
I mean, to Cliff's point, though, like, I've hired a bunch of people over the last 3 years.
Right, Mike.
None of them has ended up a bad hire. So, like, a judge of talent and a judge of character.
Yeah. You get paid to do this.
But Cliff, even if you get paid, don't mean you're good at it. There's a lot of people, fellas, we know to get paid to do shit that aren't good at it.
Again, it comes back to me saying it's just a nasty situation to play in. The people there, they don't always do right. They don't have the best coaching. They just started getting players that's willing to bust their ass. Those players don't last because you don't have a entire team and you force them to work. You know who's next? Njoku. They working him like a fucking slave. You breaking everybody you get. To Nick Chubb, to Watson, because you got to overdo shit. Amari's been out the past 2 games and had to come back in. Cleveland's gonna continue to do what Cleveland does, and that will run you into the ground.
Yeah.
I mean,
which is why it's a nasty environment for any young motherfucker to play in
or live in.
I mean, they had Trent Richardson.
Right.
If you go from living in Cali to that, I can only imagine.
I don't know. We'll see with these NIL deals starting, how these college kids transition.
They're gonna get pampered. They're gonna be like, damn, this cold up here? Shit.
Fuck that.
I don't
Kellen
know if this is where I wanted to, can I put in a transfer? Nah, it don't work like that in the NFL, bro.
No, so they want to go to UCLA.
Before I have to jump, I do want to hit on, my boys.
Right.
So real quick transition. One, it's nice to see the officials help us for once, so that was good.
It wasn't no help.
This motherfucker.
It wasn't no help. They was like, I wouldn't be surprised if Vegas didn't call them and be like, you gotta call that. You have to. They're already on us talking about everything. You better call that call.
Well, and honestly, that's not even the call of the game. The call of the game was that reception fumble that really should have been ruled incomplete. I think it was Murray that caught it out of the backfield. Mm-hmm. And it was like, I want to say third quarter, fourth quarter, and it gave us a first down. Like, that was an incomplete, and I'll acknowledge it was an incomplete. It was just nice to see the call go our way for once. What sucks about the Bills right now is that we were up, 10-0, 14-0 at one point. And the entire time, I thought we were losing the game. Because that's what the Bills have done to me this season.
PTSD, it's real, man.
Now, what I will say is James Cook.
He went off for me in fantasy football.
And he had... And it wasn't just running the ball; it was catching
out
of the backfield.
3 yards, 1 touchdown.
He's the reason why I won my fantasy game, Mike. James Cook.
I believe it. I believe it.
And he averaged 5.8. They only gave him 10 carries, though.
Right.
They should have the high hand.
That was my issue with the Bills, and it's been my issue the last couple of weeks, is that we shy away from the run game in the third and fourth quarter. And I don't understand why, especially when we start the game running well.
Right.
And where we struggle is we try to run between the tackles when really we need to be running off tackle and getting outside, because I think we've proven we can do that. It's just our play calling in the back half of games.
I think Cook is more comfortable in space.
I agree.
He is.
Diggs much.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they're definitely feeding Diggs.
So
spreading it around a lot.
That was the big thing.
Knox came back. Dustin Knox back.
Yeah, Dawson Knox came back, but then Kincaid got hurt. So we have yet to be in a situation with both of them healthy. And then on top of that, Taron Johnson and Micah Hyde both went down with injuries during the game too. So our already banged up defense. Now they're both week to week, and so is Kincaid. Like, they're week to week right now. But still, like, those are not injuries we can afford at this point, especially with a guy like Matt Milano already out.
Mm-hmm.
And Vaughn's out too, right, Mike? Because of his whole discrepancies with the alleged domestic.
He's not.
He wasn't even in.
The league said that they are not going to withhold him until charges are filed.
I think that's fair, though.
I agree.
True.
I think that's fair. I mean, innocent until proven guilty, right? So shit.
Some girls just be trying to get dudes locked up. You know how it can get. He say, she say.
That's a target nowadays.
Well, and what's crazy is that, like, what's crazy to me is the minds of a woman that would, like, make a false accusation like that, because all you're doing is hurting your bottom line. Like, if he doesn't get paid anymore, guess what, honey? Neither are you.
That's true too.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
that's true too.
But the thing is, he's gonna be getting paid, and she's still not gonna get none. That's the thing. It's gonna hurt.
I mean, innocent until proven guilty works both ways. So,
especially in the NFL, y'all know how they try to look at NFL guys with
that you have valid reasons to file those charges, but I won't assume that it sticks until they hit them.
Right.
So I don't want to immediately be like, that
he's
whole
guilty.
lying.
Oh yeah, that too.
But what I do know is a lot of hoes lie.
Especially to get a bag, a quick bag.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of
Yeah, they be lying.
Cassie just did to Diddy, so you see everybody try to get that bag.
Listen, don't get that started though. Diddy needed it one way or another.
I wasn't even just talking about what he did.
Shit.
How they try to take you to court for that.
And I know
settle for 30 mil.
He did something to that. Never mind.
Right. He gave up 30 million.
Mike, who's your hit the showers?
Who's my hit the showers?
Who's your hit the shower?
I appreciate this young man from the bottom of my heart, but Kadarius Toney.
Yeah, that's a good one, Mike.
Bro.
My niggas, even in a picture, you're looking at the ball. You don't see it.
Offside.
I told you what happened. I know what happened on that play. He saw he was lined up off sides, but he knew if he readjusted, it would have been a false start.
But that all starts with the first thing that we tell high school wide receivers. Check with the lines.
Make sure you tell the ref. You got to talk to the ref.
My hands up every
Am I on the line? No.
Am I good?
Right.
But if y'all go look, they do that every game. The first quarter, second quarter, third quarter. They was showing that on ESPN. Like these guys do that. They just end up calling that in the fourth quarter when it.
But no, even Andy Reid said he didn't check with the line rep.
Line coach.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and on top of that, like fair. But if you're doing it every play and you've been warned once, like we don't know whether he was warned or not. Like Andy Reid came out and said, "Well, he was never warned." Like bullshit. You don't fucking know. So you don't know you don't know whether that guy. You don't know whether Toney was warned earlier in the game. Like it could have been that situation too. I just
can't believe how many times they lined up like that all the time. I'm like, wow, they just now started calling that.
You see it as the receiver. You see where you're lined up. You see when you look down the line both ways. Man, there's no fucking way when you look down the line both ways and see I am past the
center. That's
sometimes
true.
The centers and stuff be up or back.
Because keep it a buck. It's only one receiver on the line of scrimmage.
Right.
Everybody else is in the backfield. You're a slot, my G. You'll never be the one on the line of scrimmage. Back the fuck up. Stop.
Ridiculous.
Stop playing.
Ridiculous.
Oh, shit.
All right, fellas.
Yeah.
All right, Mike. Have a good night, brother.
Nah, I agree with that. But
I forgot to tell Mike congrats on his what? You said he's 1-0, right? With his son's team.
With the basketball team.
Yeah. Okay, Coach Mike.
I missed last game too. I said I was coming to my nephew's game and I forgot all the fuck about it on Sunday.
I mean, you know shit happened.
And all Sunday I was thinking like I am forgetting something.
All right.
I was just so drunk when I said I was going.
You was thinking about it.
All right.
It's all right.
Going on while you just sit there.
He'll catch the next one.
I trust him. He go get the dubs. But where were we?
We're talking about Toney and offsides and how you catch it or how you should know. And
oh yeah, it's hit the showers.
Yeah,
that's an ugly call though. To call it at the end.
No, it ain't.
I mean, that was. It ain't. I mean, the call was right. It just was unfortunate that.
Yeah, how can you
that
not
should
call
happen
it? If you don't?
Yeah.
That's why Patty was so mad. You don't never see Patty get mad like that.
No, you don't.
But
that was a nigga in him
too.
that day. He was
because they've been blowing these last couple weeks. They've been blowing calls for them. That
don't
one,
matter.
the MVS, that passing interference.
He
didn't call that.
He
don't say nothing. He didn't say nothing about that.
He wasn't at a risk of a delay of game on that play. There was still time on the clock.
Interference. You would have been on the 1 yard line. You would have been on the 2 yard line to win the game.
Wait. I'm talking about the Kadarius Toney. You talking
I'm
about
talking about MVS, the passing interference.
Oh, okay.
The prior week
before.
Was
talking about two different shit. Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah. But I'm just saying he ain't say that.
Nah, but it was his fault because you as the quarterback not being in a situation where a delay of game is imminent could have looked down the line and been like, wait, back up some. You see it all the time. Quarterbacks noticing and saying, scoot back, and then going back into your cadence.
The crazy thing was that play was so hard too.
It was. It was.
Yeah, that wasn't.
It was
that
beautiful.
was so hard.
It was.
That was a nice little play. It was a nice little play.
I would be hot because they need these wins. They've been losing.
I mean, like I said about my squad, come down to discipline, though, CT. And you see a lot of these teams show moments of lack of discipline. You know, and then they lose.
They did the Chiefs like that. I remember we was the Patriots when Tom Brady was there. They call something like that on the Chiefs before offsides or something.
I mean, I get the sense of urgency because there was a sense of urgency in the drive, but it wasn't like you didn't have 2 and some change on the clock. You weren't in no fucking 2-minute drill. It wasn't no situation where you had to make sure niggas was out of bounds. Nothing like that. You still had time to compose yourself and get a good playoff.
All right, yeah.
But his head was blue. He was blue after that call.
Oh, yeah. I would be too, though. I would be too, though. Especially if I didn't notice
don't come by. You can't. If you could score every drive, you would. So you know it's hard to score for them right now.
Yeah.
No, you absolutely
you gotta do. You see them type of trick. It was a trick play too. Like it wasn't like he just threw it to him and ran in.
And Pacheco was out.
They'd have been on the NFL's top if they didn't make that call. All the videos you see, the NFL rigged. Vegas got the NFL rigged. If they didn't make that call,
there've been real life issues.
Yeah, they gotta make that call.
They miss it. They miss it so many other times. I don't see why you got to call that call.
Listen, that was blatant.
It was the last play of the game. Well, because then it was the last play of the game, determining the game, and
it wasn't the last play, but it was close.
You talking about the Tony play, Cliff?
Yeah.
That was the last play.
Nah, they still had another. There was 2 minutes on the clock when that took place.
Oh, I thought that was the last play.
Yeah. They still had another. I don't think the Chiefs got another chance. Did they get another drive after that?
No, I don't think so. Because the last thing I thought after that play was done and they called it, I thought that was the end of the game. That's why I said I thought it was the last play.
Nah, it wasn't the last play. There was still time on the clock. I know that. But
they shouldn't have done that early, anyways. Then.
But I think that was impromptu. I don't think that was a organized play.
No, I understand. I'm just saying.
No, it wasn't supposed. No, Travis wasn't supposed to throw that.
If they got 2 minutes left, that's too much time to be doing that. I could see if you got like 30 seconds left.
Well, I mean,
you know what I'm saying?
Motherfuckers forget Travis was his college. He got a college scholarship for quarterback.
He do be pitching it though.
Cliff, he didn't. In their documentary, he was a tight end. He went into Cincinnati as a tight end. He didn't play quarterback. Maybe as a little league, but Cincinnati, he came in as a tight end.
Was it high school?
He was a hooper.
Yeah, he was a quarterback. He was a quarterback all through his life till he got in trouble for the weed. And he tried to come back, and they said, we have a spot as tight end, not as quarterback. And he was talking about how he tried to bulk up after that and all that.
Okay, Kelsey actually started his football career in school as a quarterback. In that documentary, they made it just seem like he was just
he got in trouble for weed, and then when he got in trouble for the weed,
he did get in trouble for weed,
as a tight end.
Okay, in high school, he was an all-Lake Erie League quarterback for Heights.
Cleveland Heights, yep.
Yeah, but I don't know. Did he go to UC? Because he went to UC. Did he go to UC as starting off as a quarterback as well? I thought he
went in even to college as a quarterback, and I thought that's when he got in trouble for the weed, and he got kicked off the team altogether.
Yeah, he got kicked off. I thought he was, like I said, I don't know what position he was playing.
And then he said he went and talked to the coach, and the coach said, we may have a spot for you, but it won't be where you're at before, because he was talking about how he had to even bulk up to get to being able to play at that tight end spot.
No, Travis ain't get himself on the team. In that documentary, he said that Jason had to vouch for him.
You are right.
Yeah, he was like, listen. Which, I guess kind of does help. Like, you got a brother who's not fucking up doing well, right. So you're like,
you are right.
Come on.
Totally.
It wasn't Travis.
Yeah. Because they was probably going to cut him loose.
Jason told him he needs to talk to the coach.
Right. I'm sure he was like.
Right. But you are right.
You know what I mean?
You are right. Jason did vouch for him.
He owe his brother everything then, because who knows how that might have turned out if his brother wasn't a good credible source to really, say, hey,
but my whole point in saying that is I know he feels comfortable tossing that ball, especially if it's to a wide receiver.
I mean, he might be comfortable tossing it to an extent, but he probably ain't in QB shape.
No, he's not no quarterback, but I'm saying, you know what it is. I'm not no quarterback, but I'm sure you could throw me a ball and I could catch it and be in position to toss it again. If a wide receiver's open, especially like Kadarius.
All right.
He's not just dropping shit. It's not like Kadarius is dropping passes. He's fucking up in other ways.
Right.
His hands are sure though. He has dropped. He has, but he's not one of them ball droppers.
Yeah.
Not consistently.
Yeah,
no.
He's not a ball dropper.
Fumble,
yeah, you are correct. But most of his drop passes were in New York.
Yeah.
He wasn't dropping shit.
He had something with Patrick at the beginning of the season. I remember that one that season opener. He did have a drop.
Yeah, he did. Was it a touchdown?
Remember, it went through his hands right into the defender's hands. The Detroit Lions is who they played. Dude ran it, number 32, ran it in for a touchdown. Yup, I remember that's vividly like it was yesterday.
Bottom line, line up on sides. Fuck.
Yeah, that hurts. I know I know they're gonna be practice this week, making sure they back a little bit.
And Andy Reid.
Crazy thing is, go ahead, Mount.
I was just gonna say his teams are traditionally more disciplined than that.
Right, right. That's why I said on the Andy Reid offense you do that. But playing the Bills though ain't no guarantee you win that game.
No.
Even with that touchdown, that much time on the clock, there was like 1:45 at least on the clock after that.
No, there's no guarantee, but I'll take my chances because we know Josh Allen will have to air it out. Well, he'd have to air it out. And they said he's got like the most interceptions. He got some crazy stat. Yeah. He got some crazy stat with his interceptions. They said
he threw one that game.
So I'll take my chances with him.
233 yards, one touchdown, one interception. They was at his ass though. 3 sacks, 24 hurries.
Josh Allen kind of reminds me of like Brett Favre in the sense of like the gunslinger. Like you either do or die. You know what I mean?
I've been saying that. Yeah, that's my guy. That's why I kind of like Josh. I ain't gonna lie.
Y'all love comparing him to Brett Favre.
I meant from the side. I don't mean like other, but I mean as far as like the do or die.
He feels necessary to get that ball down the field.
Mm-hmm.
Even if it's not always the best
hit like
decision.
Brett Favre was though.
But Brett Favre also wasn't moving his feet like
Josh
Allen.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say too. Yeah,
Brett Favre would run, but he wasn't moving him like Josh.
Bro, they did. They was smacking the shit out of. They was smacking the shit out of Brett Favre. Bro, they was smacking the shit out of Brett Favre.
But it wasn't just Brett. It wasn't just Brett. It was Troy. It was Steve. It was all them. I remember it was the time. It was Elway. I remember it was the time when they said if that was Brett. No, it was Steve. It was Steve. They said if he took another good hit to the head, he'd be brain dead.
Oh yeah, Steve Young used to get hella concussions. They said
they were killing those quarterbacks back in those days. You good, my nigga? You good, Josh? You're all right.
You said you're A-okay.
Yeah, they're not gonna allow you to do what they did to them back then.
Who won the pick'ems last week, Cliff, with all the crazy shit happening? Man, fuck CT.
Fucking C. And he's up. He's up 0.5. You up?
Shut up, CT. He said who won? That nigga know. He know. When I said fuck CT, he know who won. So who won? Say again.
I thought Cliff said I won.
Nah, you up 1.5.
Okay, CT.
5.5 to my 5.
Run down the results a little bit.
The results. You know what's crazy about the results? And I'm going to keep it a buck because, I jab.
Hear the stats.
I jab myself when I deserve to be jabbed. I only got the Ravens game right, and I got the spread. Ravens by 6. Every other game off. Steelers, Texans, Jags, Raiders, Chiefs, Eagles, Dolphins. I was off on everything.
It was an upset week.
Yeah, Malk, you got Ravens, Browns, Vikings.
Bad week to put them parlays in.
Oh no, it was. So that one bet that was not a good start out for us.
We doing that again tonight, or what we gotta get this shit right.
Oh yeah,
okay. We gotta get this shit right this week.
I've been putting everyone in. I don't care.
You hear me? You hear me?
Right, that's how especially with these, I'm putting these in. But
I was so close on NFL.
You got
go ahead.
Oh, you got the spread on the Ravens too. You went Ravens 6-2, so you got the spread on that. Then you got Browns, you got Bills, and you got Cowboys over the Eagles.
Okay.
So you beat Malk by really 1.5 with that spread. That spread is a little more than just 1.
For some reason, I definitely felt like the Cowboys are gonna get that win. I remember last week y'all was both going on with a couple of things.
Yeah, I had a feeling, but I felt like the Eagles would pull that out. Dak just showed up being a different Dak.
He sure did. He fucking sure did.
Really, at the end of the day, that's why that happened. The way that happened is because Dak, I didn't expect Dak to show. We had just talked about how Dak was fucking up that episode, so I wasn't thinking good Dak showing up this week.
Defense looked good too. Gilmore looked like he was locking down.
Gilmore looked
rejuvenating. He said he went off. He ended up saying that he went off that game because AJ Brown kept calling him old. And I mean, AJ,
he had 9 tackles.
Solo time. He led the team in tackles.
Solo and a forced fumble.
Stephon Gilmore.
Stephon Gilmore.
Stephon.
No way, he did.
He went off that game,
tackles, all solo in a.
Gotta be careful poking the bear. See, that's how you know. That's how you know these niggas got gears. Stephon Gilmore been in cruise, but once you get him in drive,
right,
man.
Yeah, he was everywhere.
Yeah, that was ugly.
Was just trying to target him. He was not going.
No, he wasn't. He wasn't.
He was doing all that.
He went off that game, CT. I mean, he was fucking AJ Brown up, bruh. Like, but you know what they said the week before? They said he was locking DK Metcalf up. So they said it wasn't no thing when he had to go against AJ. And I believe it, too, after that shit.
Shit, but my nigga, we did talk about the Vikings Raiders early. My nigga Max went off, though. My nigga Max went off. 10 total tackles, 7 solo, 2 sacks, 3 for a loss, and 4 quarterback carries.
I mean, I know he plays defense, so he can't really impact the scoring. But I guess the shitty part for me would be to do all that and, as a team, perform the way that they perform. You know what I mean?
Well, and your offense can't get you a field goal.
Yeah, that would be so disappointing as a defensive player. That's just
that would hurt.
Yeah, I felt bad.
Aiden's not him. Aiden's not him. We know Garoppolo's not him. So you gotta either go to the draft or pick up a quarterback who's gonna get let go. And I feel like with 1 and 2 potentially coming out of Chicago, they're gonna get rid of CJ or Justin.
Can y'all get Trey Lance? I think he was on a 1-year deal.
I forgot the Cowboys got him still. It's funny you brought him up. I actually forgot that they still got him. What is he gonna do?
Like, just go get him.
Well,
why not? Well, why not though, Cliff?
Just because every season he played, even if he started or not, he's been hurt.
We've seen him only play 5 games, if that.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. You haven't had a big enough sample yet to really can write his story yet. You know what I mean?
It wouldn't make sense to do him. But my whole thing is the Bears. I feel like they are in a position to get a good quarterback, even a good wide receiver along with it. But now that Marvin Harrison ain't coming out, or they say he ain't coming out.
He's saying he probably won't. Yeah.
It's next man up.
He'd be dumb to go back to college.
Well, he says allegedly he wants to try to
NILs.
He wants to try to beat Michigan allegedly, and he wants to see if he can. I don't know if it was win a Heisman or the championship.
No, he said he would trade everything in if
when
he
you
could
get
just
drafted,
get a win over Michigan.
You gonna sign for 30, 40 million.
At the end of the day, yeah, I was gonna say fuck Michigan.
Faster to getting it.
And see, the money really shouldn't mean nothing to him. Cliff, he come from money. He come from money. Your daddy's Marvin Harrison, bro. You came from money.
So why wouldn't you want to? I would want to be the kind of nigga to be like, I already got the money. Let me get a national championship, a win over Michigan, and then
because realistically, right? And plus, realistically,
but even if you get hurt, you're still good. I'm still good.
But Cliff, realistically,
stock goes down.
Realistically,
I'm still
Cliff,
good though. My family's good.
I could see him saying that, Cliff.
Oh, if
you were
professional,
it's not like you a nigga from the hood with no opportunities. You come from stock. Your daddy's rich.
But here's the thing.
But you want to make your own name.
I could see you coming back if you were playing for a Urban Meyer, a Jim Tressel. Mm-hmm. You're playing for Ryan Day, bro.
You just dropped the mic on me.
Ryan Day, Cliff. And that's not even me being a hater. And you know me, that's not even me being a hater with the rivalry. Fuck the rivalry for a minute. Ryan Day, y'all been calling for his head lately, it seems like. So I'm not coming back to play for you.
They staying with him next year too.
Oh yeah, you know that. He's probably got some friends in higher places. You know how that goes. Urban probably made a call. He probably called Urban. Hey, can you?
Man, Urban better than nada. Urban, like, I ain't never lost to that squad up north. I don't know what the fuck you doing over there. Nah, I ain't putting no recommendations.
No, real talk though. You know,
maybe to Florida. You want to go to Florida, son?
I just don't. But no, I mean, the Bears. I mean, it's gonna be football season's gonna be interesting these next couple of years, y'all. The talent is coming out. The shit that's happening, trades and stuff.
The Bears are gonna try to build on what they got.
That's another reason why I say it can't just be mediocre ball. Because all teams are getting people that we did not expect to do what they doing.
True.
So that can't mean that every team is just coming up short because they're barely beating the Bears or barely beating the Texans. Nah, a lot of these squads are a lot better than y'all thought they was going to be coming out of the season.
I mean, that is true too. But
definitely true. Definitely. Houston Texans for sure.
Texans for sure. And you got to think, in that game that they played against the Jets, Tank was out and Nico was out. Well, who else?
I think CJ, they said CJ got hurt too.
Yeah, he did. He did.
I'm about tired of that shit too.
Man, it's so crazy how injuries happen every week. That's why it's so hard to even that's why it's hard to gamble because Tyreek Hill got hurt the other night.
I was watching the Barry Sanders documentary on Amazon.
I tried it. Yeah, what'd you think? By the way,
that's my favorite nigga.
Man,
they talking about Emmitt Smith in his 12th year and all that. Think about
Barry did that. Barry did it in 9.
A running back, though. Think about that. A running back doing
playing for 12 years.
9 and 12 years, and Barry going out still with some left. Think about that compared to now. And now we got to wait 4 years just to see Saquon Barkley in a full year of ball. And you're making the game safer, you call it. Why? Show me where's the common denominator here? How are they lasting longer in gridiron ball, but y'all playing flag now and nobody can stay healthy?
Man.
That's because you're not tuning these swords. These swords need to be banged together in order to get stronger, in order to know what the fuck they have to...
And that starts in training camp.
It starts way beyond training camp because...
Two-a-days, you know them two-a-days when you got there in that sun, like them 2 days, man, that's when they used to get at it. Now they don't even do that probably 2 days.
You need to hit. You need to be hit. You need to understand how to take impact. You need to understand how to give impact. These kids nowadays don't understand any of that. And that's why you're getting hurt. Back when you knew there was a Lawrence Taylor ready to take your head off as soon as you passed the line of scrimmage,
it was problems, huh?
You knew what to expect.
For that, though. You back then, though, you could prepare for that. You was like, oh, I'm gonna make sure I'm ready this week. Like they don't even. There's nobody like that in the league now that you got to prepare like.
No ref is gonna save you with a call and be like, that was wrong, defense. You ain't have to hit him like that. That's why there's injuries. That's why you can have a running back last 12, 13 years back then, and now
when you can
say
get hit and get the helmet in the chin.
Right, the quarterback lifespan or the running back lifespan is only 2 years. How the fuck can you say that when Emmitt Smith has 3 championships?
You're right. Or like the year LT had, MVP year.
Well,
you can't baby these boys.
Well, to be fair, and not taking nothing away from Emmitt Smith, as great as he was, you know, they had the big 3 in Dallas, though. They weren't just always running that ball.
I agree. But think about how much they're running it now. You may have a quarterback get 30 attempts a game, or he may only get 10.
So they only rush 10 times.
But are they running it now? Because we talked about earlier.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Oh, so shouldn't your lifespan be even longer?
It should be, but
even Derrick Henry now getting like 14 attempts.
And,
like, that's
and
weird.
mind you, we're in the era of the dual running back. We'll have 2 of them.
True.
You're not even taking on the whole responsibility. So what the fuck is causing y'all to be hurt like this other than them babying y'all in the sport?
I know a lot of guys don't want to be hurt though out there, but man, it's crazy.
I mean, it has to be an evolution.
So spotlighted now too.
It has to be like a circle, a pattern where motherfuckers are like, yeah, we're getting to a point where this ain't even the sport anymore. You gotta go. We gotta get back to you sign up for what you sign up for. The reason you got the glory. We get
all the alerts when they get hurt.
Right.
Back then,
and everybody's always hurt.
You wasn't getting alerts.
Well, you wasn't going to anyway. The motherfuckers. It wasn't going to send them by mail to everybody subscribed to ESPN. You feel what I'm saying? They didn't have internet just hit to your phone. You had to log in.
Said by email. Everybody get an email.
Site might not even be updated. It just say ESPN ... Wait.
Maybe the offensive lines back then were better though too, Cliff. Because now that I think about it, like I could see.
Well, they had to be, right? Because you were really defending from something.
Right.
Where do you think Ray Lewis got it from? And he was a whole generation after the real killers. That's why he stood out, because he was the last of the real killers.
Well, I wouldn't say that, Cliff.
Linebacker wise,
Cliff, y'all forgot about that man that called it quits early himself, Patrick Willis.
Patrick Willis
was a fucking
on Ray Lewis level though, but
yeah.
What?
No, I agree with you.
He wanted to be Ray Lewis. He was 52
like Ray
Lewis.
Hold up. Bro, his stats was insane, and he called it quits early just because. I agree with CT. Y'all tripping.
Ray Lewis.
No.
Y'all are talking about, and listen, like, you're
more than just a.
See that? Thank you. You just said my point that I was gonna say, because I had the jersey and everything growing up. Y'all are talking about Ray Lewis's demeanor and the mental effect that he had on the game, aside from the physical ability, and I respect that.
That all counts.
But Patrick Willis played 8. He played 8 seasons, had 733 solo tackles, 20 and a half sacks, 5 fumble recoveries, and 8 interceptions. Went to 7 Pro Bowls and won Defensive Rookie of the Year in 8 seasons.
That's That's a hell of
Patrick Willis had a good ass defensive round him every year too, though.
No. We're not gonna do that because we can be honest. We can say the same thing about Ray Lewis though. Keep it a buck, right?
I'll say that, but the difference between, like you said, you already said the difference.
The mental, it was the mental warfare.
Feared Ray. I don't even want to run that way.
Jerome Bettis would sit out. I remember my dad used to be paid. I bet Bettis is going to sit out against the Ravens today.
Tackles.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers get tackled all day and be like, you didn't even hurt me. You just tackled me.
You're right.
This is going to be a long night for you.
It was a mental, because...
But when you go to Ray and you like, nah, that's like running into a fucking wall. I'm not going to...
Because this nigga's fucking screaming at you from the other line doing banshee. Like, wow, he just was intimidating. He was intimidating. He was intimidating. Yeah.
He intimidating from when he come out the locker room.
Right, real talk. Just his little
and he gave you a reason to be intimidated.
Nigga dancing and shit.
That nigga, listen. If I was one of his kids, I'd be nervous, let alone going against you on the field.
No, you can't do that.
He got an opposing team watching him do his little celebration.
What you mean? Because this nigga was on trial for murder. I'm intimidated either way.
I mean, yes, as a child, but I mean, it's a lot of murders. You converse with people who's done that before. You can't just treat a motherfucker away because they did something.
But a lot of motherfuckers ain't, like, back to the point, ain't Ray Lewis and give you that mental intimidation. Like you said, there's a lot of killers that could be silent assassins. You know what I'm saying? But they ain't mentally intimidating.
Ray Lewis ain't catch no fucking body. His people did.
Allegedly.
He just hit hard.
Allegedly.
Alleged. Whatever.
If he ain't catch the body, he arranged the hit.
The nigga, should we be nervous? No, I'm just playing. I was about to say, should we be nervous around Diddy?
Yeah.
That
keep
nigga
it a buck.
Would you be nervous around
keep it a buck, Cliff,
nervous around Aaron Hernandez?
Hell yeah. I mean,
well, that nigga gonna do the hit himself. That's what I'm saying. You gotta recognize who's the hitter and who's the nigga that's just talking.
Nigga, you right.
The hitter's gonna catch you later. You just better be able to recognize him out of the crowd when he comes for you.
You ain't lying. You ain't lying.
Fuck Diddy is what I'm just
They said, fuck him.
I always kind of felt that way, though. I ain't gonna lie.
I mean, you either always loved or hate people like Diddy.
I never really liked Diddy. Never, like, I feel like...
You talking about Sean Combs?
Brother love.
Listen, whatever you want to call him.
Yeah, I mean...
And I don't even like piling on a motherfucker like that, but I just knew that this motherfucker was like...
There you go. I knew he was no good. No good nigga. I knew it.
Motherfucker.
The rich ones, man. You're the ones you gotta watch.
Yeah, you can't get that big without doing something.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Coming from you know.
And you got and you feel like you ain't never been told
no. It don't matter where you come from. If you come from Dubai money, you could have $6 billion in your family's account back home. If you want to be famous or an influencer in like the United States, you gonna have to kiss this motherfucking ring, drink from this motherfucking cup.
Cliff, I got an interesting take for you on your Raiders. I just seen a document from the 12th.
Throw it out.
They said y'all move up as of right now to the number 7 spot in the 2024 draft. Ooh. Number 7?
It really don't matter. Like, keep it a buck. If they have the number 1 draft, I wouldn't be excited. The number 1 pick of the draft.
I hate drafting high and getting them buzzed.
Man, it ain't even.
But not everybody's a buzz.
No, you're right. But the Raiders have never ever gotten it right.
But they never had Damian Pierce as their interim head coach either. They never had an all-black committee as their GM, VP, and head coach. Y'all are showing that you're doing things a little different.
There's a lot of eyes in front of that title, though.
Oh, for sure. But I'm saying, like, you're making changes. What I'm saying, like, you're doing shit you don't normally do as the Raiders. Right?
Until our last offensive draft, we got snaps right back to.
Now that's just the PTSD talking.
Nah, I don't think so at all. What I think it is why not show inclusion and all that shit with positions that don't matter. They're interims. That means that they're supposed to be replaced. So
you don't think that they'll stick?
Nah, I don't think all of them do for sure.
Right.
If one, I'm hoping at least give Pierce a shot. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like him.
Right.
At least give him a shot. But as far as the whole, nah, not at all. That's what that word means to a lot of them, is replaceable, interim. You're only there for a short period
Temporary.
of time.
Substitute teacher.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So let's take pictures and go on our little publicity tour to show that we are. But until those are, you remove those eyes from those titles, I don't see nothing change. You ain't gonna trick me, motherfucker. Trick them.
Yeah.
But let's get into these pick'ems.
I got mine all set, ready to go.
And then we'll see what happened after. Unless you got some news. What news you got?
I didn't really find anything good, to be honest.
It
wasn't anything. Yeah, it wasn't anything. I mean, Devontae Adams said that y'all's loss was embarrassing.
It was.
But I didn't see anything. And then Jalen Hurts said, said after the two recent losses, he said, we're not stuck in it. We're just going through it.
Jalen Hurts said that.
The rat. Yeah, the two losses. He said, we're not.
That's a good way to.
But I don't know how to feel about that, because what do we all keep saying, right? To me, yeah, you shouldn't be stuck in it. But if you don't make improvements, if you don't have better game plans, you're stuck in it. You're not you know what I mean?
He's stuck in it with them, though.
Well, of course, but if he, yeah.
But see, as a leader, though, even if you marching your soldiers to die, you have to make them feel like they can take on everything.
I agree.
I can't give you all the information. I may see the ship is sinking, but if I still want to be competitive in this sport, I have to make them believe that they still got it in them.
Right.
And y'all are a squad, again, that got it in them. Y'all just don't have any backing from the people that are looking from above. They're not doing their due diligence to make sure the squad is operating at maximum capacity.
Right. Or they're not, yeah.
They're just expecting players that are great to go out and be great. Just go be great.
That's really all the news that I had. But once we do these pick'ems, are we incorporating at the end the inning? Are we doing as we go? Like, by the way, we think any time touchdown score in this game will be so and so.
No, we're gonna do it per game that we go through.
Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna do it per game, like how we did it last week.
Okay. I low-key forgot how we did it. That's why.
No, that's
I know we just started it, so I was like, how do we?
Oh, I do got a pin. Showerheads, we didn't name not one score. Look it up. Google's a real thing. I'm sorry. But predictions. Thursday night's game, Chargers, Raiders.
I got the Raiders by 3. Justin Herbert's out the rest of the season with, I think, his index finger injury. And they just, y'all looked like shit last week. Don't get me wrong. So did the Vikings. But it's just something tells me, especially with Herbert out and they haven't been playing the best, that I think y'all, this is like a close game for y'all, and y'all get the dub. I do.
I think it was very, what's the word I want to look for? I don't want to,
Mm-hmm.
Let's just say it was up. It was very upsetting watching that game, right? And like I said, I got vibes. You're Derek Carr Jr. The pressure gets to you and you don't know what to do with it. It's going to be very tough with Khalil coming back there. And I know you said he ain't been the same. The nigga got 12 sacks.
This season?
12 sacks.
Who, Khalil Mack?
Yes.
He's got 15, Cliff.
In one game.
He's got 15, Cliff.
My fault. That was last week, dude.
Now, just to throw some interesting points out to your point, the game that he got 6 CT that you just shouted out was against Cliff's Raiders October 1st. And he also had so that game he had the most tackles, the second most assists, and the most sacks, and he had 2 forced fumbles in that game. Most forced fumbles. So
that's probably the best game of his career.
So if he's playing like that against Shaw, either you got to show me again, or the Chargers is losing.
I don't think that he can't not show us again. I don't think that he can't not.
He's only 32.
That's a team that you're very familiar with. I really see Khalil getting back there, and for Aiden,
that's going to be a problem.
After what I saw from last week, all the timid, the getting nervous. Oh my gosh, I'm worried. I actually think the Chargers pull this out.
No, not with no Herbert out there.
I think the Chargers pull this out.
Right, because who's the Chargers? Let me see who their backup quarterback is.
I just seen that dude. He just popped up on fantasy.
And Keenan out too, ain't he?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
See, Cliff, and they don't utilize Austin Eckler. How do I know? Because I had him as an anytime touchdown scorer the past week or so, and he don't give me shit.
Minor
Think
league
about it. It looked bad with
a couple
Herbert,
games
so.
ago.
Easton Stick. So you're rolling with Easton Stick, Khalil Mack, and the Los Angeles Chargers.
How you spell his last name?
Stick. Stick.
Okay, that's American.
I do not have no faith in him.
I'm going Chargers 6.
Whoa, you do not believe in your squad.
I think Josh Palmer coming back for them.
Going Chargers 6.
He'll be throwing it to Ingram and Palmer.
Yeah, that's
I can't believe it.
I got the Raiders by 20.
Oh shit!
Come on, Joel, get another fucking board, bitch. Raiders by 20. Damn, that's ugly.
Anytime scorer on both sides out of that game.
So that's the Raiders and Chargers. I don't know if anybody scores a touchdown. That's why.
Somebody will, but damn.
No, real talk though. I'm not after that game last week, and like I said, you got Easton Stick versus the Raiders.
Watch me be surprised.
Oh shit!
Can we substitute? No, I'm just playing. But like, no, what I was saying, I forgot your headphones.
That's hilarious.
What I was saying was, I'm not even being funny, but like after last game, and then y'all are playing Easton Stick and the Chargers. Like, I don't know if anybody scores. Like, I'm not even being funny. I don't know if anybody scores a touchdown. Offensively, it could be defensively.
Minnesota had a good defense though, but yeah, I'm gonna go with probably that East. What's it, Johnston for the Chargers?
I would say Eckler. The wide receiver, Quentin Johnston, I believe.
He got hair, he got dreads or something.
Let me see.
Oh no, I'm not too familiar with him.
He played good last week.
Nah, I don't doubt it.
Quentin Johnston.
Not familiar with him.
Yeah, his name is. Yeah, I know his
number.
Come on, this shit taking forever.
4? No. 1?
He is number 1.
1, yeah.
Number 1, Los Angeles. He's 6'4", 215. He's a big dude. Round one, pick 21, went to TCU. 2003, drafted this year. Round 1, pick 21. Yeah, he's a rookie. Yeah, rookie, went to TCU. Yeah.
I ain't watched a lot of Chargers ball though.
I haven't either. But he's a big.
That's a nice target. Yeah, that's
6'4", 215. But yeah, I can see that, CT, because who's the corners for? So Cliff, you know your team better than us. I mean, how do you look at the Raiders defense against the Chargers? Like, I mean, do you think that they Did they slow them down? You think Matt Crosby gets off because he's going against Easton Stick, and the Chargers' offensive line probably ain't the best apparently. Fucking Herbert getting hurt. That's why I say I don't know if anybody scores.
That does make me change perspective a bit.
I think it's going to be a good defensive game on both sides at this point. You know what I mean? I just don't know if anybody scores. Like I said, I mean a touchdown for.
You say that watch dudes be scoring left.
I mean, I'm sure somebody will, and I hope they will. I mean, nobody for the sake of football wants to see. Let's be honest, a game of any sport like that.
I don't know if I'm rocking with. I don't know if I'm rocking with Josh Jacobs this game.
I can see him getting a touchdown.
I can always see Josh every game getting one, but it's I also don't want to ruin my bet. You know what I'm saying?
Early game, first bet.
I feel like
you want to mess it up.
Well, any time counts for passes as well, doesn't it?
Pass and receiving. Yeah, anyway, any form of a touchdown. Any form of a touchdown.
That's definitely going to take place. So I might go with
I got
Josh.
one off of Zeke.
I might go with Josh just for the simple fact that Aiden is he's Derek Carr Jr. He's so nervous in the backfield when he gets pressure, he doesn't know what to do. And I feel like Josh will be his safety, right?
But like you keep talking about Khalil Mack and shit though too.
These receivers might
and we talked about as far as his dominance goes and his stats this season. The last game he had against Shaw, what he did. That's why I say this game is that matchup is just. It's really a toss-up. It's interesting.
Yeah, I think I'm staying with Chargers 6.
Well, but I could see Josh Jacobs for it any time. I could also see Quentin Johnson, but I'm gonna say more so Josh Jacobs only because, CT with it being Easton Stick, whoever's just coming into the situation, like he may not get him the ball like he should or really, you know what I mean?
You might throw it to Parham, the tight end.
Right, you feel me? Because a lot of them, what we talk about, y'all, a lot of these dudes that come in, they lean on their tight ends. That's a little quick little, you know what I mean? So I could see that. Josh Jacobs, I feel like it's a safe bet just because, you got to run the ball, and I'm sure they're going to run the ball.
When you get that flag on the goal line, you got to run it in.
You feel me? And I just feel like, especially wide receivers in situations, 9 times out of 10, they ain't going to throw that ball on the goal line.
The only team I've seen run the ball 3 times and it was third down. I think the Bengals just did it. They gave Mixon the ball, even though he ran it first down, he didn't get it. So he ran it second down, he didn't get it.
The quarterback got it. He ran it third down.
Normally they don't give them normally they stop running the ball after the first 2 times. That's why I'd be so mad.
Yeah. That's
and
true.
The whole be wide open.
Motherfuckers that's averaging 3.5. That's the first down every time you give them the ball.
I just hate when they get in goal line. They feel like they gotta throw it now.
Nah, they've been tightening up on that fade. I've been seeing a lot more quarterback sneaks and what's the name? He's straight up the middle. They've been doing a lot of wildcats now too. Direct snaps to the running back.
I've seen some of them.
Yeah.
They've definitely been doing that.
So, I don't know. I feel like that's optional anyway. I don't know if we all agree on that game. Because Raiders fan or not, I'm leaning Chargers on that. Chargers.
I ain't really 100% with them.
Either Chargers win by 2 field goals or, like Malk said, nobody scores to the very end of the game and a touchdown wins it to the point that we don't even need the extra point.
Mm-hmm.
But next game, Bears-Browns.
You said Bears-Browns. I had it with the Browns by 7.
Flacco 7.
Yeah, he been hot. Yep. And
he's
Myles
the perfect
Garrett,
game manager.
He is.
I won't say perfect, but
he's
been doing all right currently.
Mm-hmm.
You said Myles Garrett what, though?
Just, his presence as well. And, that matchup alone against the Bears. Justin Fields obviously is very active and he can, do his thing. And he will.
I think he may get it any time just because he gets pressured off the backfield.
I think I had him on that last week. Did he get me one? I don't think he did. He might have. I think he threw the ball to DJ Moore.
Made this week.
Yeah, I mean, depends on how that Browns defense. What's the Browns defense looking like? You know what I mean?
Browns defense they ain't the best, but they sturdy.
I got the Bears winning.
Shit, Newsome just got an interception last week, and Emerson got 2 against
the Jags.
Yeah, Trevor Lawrence was playing too.
He threw 3
Is that the game? Y'all remember when he rolled his ankle? Was that last week?
That was the game before last.
Okay.
The Browns
that was some weird shit.
Didn't think he was gonna play for him.
Through 3.
So you think so y'all think who's gonna be the anytime touch? Do you think Fields? I could see that. I think
he's gonna get pressured out, and I think their defense is gonna be good enough that he feels.
I could also see Amari Cooper scoring that game though too.
Oh no! I was just thinking. I wouldn't even think it from the Browns standpoint. I can definitely see Amari and
Njoku.
He's been working.
He caught 2.
Yes, sir.
But he caught touchdowns.
Yeah.
That'd be my thing because, like I said, we need them to score a touchdown. So they may get stats and not score a touchdown, and then you be sick. You be like, you went off.
Watch, that's how he rolled.
See, right.
91. So 6 receptions, 91 yards, 2 touchdowns, 34 long.
That's why I like a new quarterback coming in too, because Watson wasn't gonna hit him like that.
I don't know.
I do.
I don't know.
He said I do.
I think Watson has the opposite of what I think Aiden O'Connell has, where they're both nervous as soon as they get pressured. But Aiden feels like I need to get this out quick before I get hit, where Watson's like, let me dance around and
run.
See if I can get hit.
That's why I feel like they like playing with
They're
Flacco,
both bad, but they're
opposite
ends of the spectrum of the same player.
That's why I feel like they like Flacco, because they like Flacco not finna run. He finna get us this pill.
No. And he was evading. Like he was getting out of sacks that were supposed to be sacks. And it was like, there's a dot.
Yeah.
All his passes wasn't on, but he was still dotting shit. He still got it. He came
out that first half though hot. So I was like, oh yeah, this is nice.
Yeah. I ain't gonna lie, I was upset. Because you remember last week, and this is my ignorance. And yes, I will address my own ignorance. I was saying even with who we looked him up. I can't remember his name still to this day. The Jags backup, and I was like, nah, I'm still going with the Jags. My hard-headed ass. And Trevor came back with a fucking high ankle sprain and was like, you should have went with the fucking Browns, nigga.
Right. See? Gotta go with what you know.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, well, who we got on this Bears-Browns? We ain't even finished it.
So, I mean, I like the Justin Fields idea. I think he gets one. But like I said, I could also see Amari Cooper getting one as another option as well, depending on. Basically, I'm saying you can go either way.
Right.
Kareem Hunt.
Yeah, Kareem Hunt got me an anytime touchdown scorer last week.
That would be the safe bet. So if we was doing safe bet,
if you was doing option 1, 2, and 3, I would say. What? I mean, what y'all think? Justin Fields?
You don't think. Okay,
I don't think he's going
I don't think you could go wrong with either options as far as if you were just to pick one for the game totals, what I'm saying. But if I were to personally rank, I would think Justin Fields would be more likely just because we know he's going to use his legs. We know like he has more control to try to score. Amari has to assume and hope that Joe does hit him and get him the ball. And he,
All right.
That's just me.
You also know Fields can come out and have a terrible-ass game.
That's true, too. But I think if they do score, but I don't know. Actually, you can say the same thing about DJ Moore. DJ Moore be out here getting his, too. He might be at the score.
I think even
he catches a screen. Yeah, he takes a screen to the
even if Fields ends up having a terrible game, he falls to his feet. Like he says, fuck the passing, I'm going to use my feet. I think either way you see him moving his feet.
Not in the end zone, though.
You don't think?
Not for an end zone tutty. He'll get there, he'll get close, 1 or 2 yard line, but I don't see him. I don't think he's been really running the ball in there.
He hadn't. But he also just been back like 2-3 games.
Got Foreman. So he got a lot of big backs to run it in too.
Right. That's an optional.
How did they score last week?
Who?
The Bears. They won.
DJ Moore, I know he got a touchdown. Let me see.
He did. He had over 100 too, I think.
That's what I'm saying, bro. He go crazy.
I'm going Brown 6 as well, though. Malcolm 7. I didn't mean as well with him, but I meant Browns.
I'm gonna go with the Bears, man. I think the Bears been shocking people lately.
It's possible this may be one of them, but I don't see them shocking people. You said
this would be a 6th one.
I don't know. I can't think of this.
I think they got 5 wins right now. 5, yeah.
But you said Bears what now?
Bears by 6.
6. That might
be. Trust.
Jets Dolphins.
It doesn't matter if you're playing Cleveland or Chicago. It's going to be terrible weather.
I've got Dolphins by 7.
Dolphins versus who?
Jets.
Jets Dolphins.
I like the Jets, man. Dolphins show you they can lose a game. You up 14 with 3 minutes to go against the Titans and you blow that?
Yeah, that defense ain't no joke in New York.
That's what I'm saying.
From a DB and a line standpoint.
Yeah, they hold teams under points for sure.
That's a toughie. No, I still think it's
you don't play Tyreek. If they look different without Tyreek, and if he don't play, I'm going Jets 7.
Jets 7. You got Zach Wilson out here on the back-to-back.
I mean, the Dolphins didn't do that good the last time they played the Jets and get rid of them. They had that.
But was Jalen Ramsey back? No.
I'm going Dolphins 13.
Jalen Ramsey was back.
He is back.
No, I meant you said the last time they played the Jets, right?
They played like 2 weeks ago.
Well, damn. I mean,
remember they got that interception return before the halftime?
Oh yeah, I think so. Who had it?
Number 4 for the Dolphins.
Yeah, it's coming in the rivals, so I do think that's going to be a close game either way. Yeah.
You remember that? I swear they just.
I'm about to look it up. I'm about to look up that play.
It was a Monday night game or something.
Let me see.
Because remember we was talking about Tua throwing them picks on them outs.
Oh yeah, man, that nigga, that nigga.
To the Jets.
They played the Jets in New York.
99-yard interception touchdown. That was November 25th, 2023. Yeah, it was Amazon's broadcasted Black Friday game.
It was that Friday game.
They said Holland is the one that had it.
Yep,
Javon Holland. 99-yard interception on that Black Friday game against the Jets.
Right before the half, yeah.
And that was Zach Wilson.
No, it wasn't.
Who was playing quarterback?
Boyle, whatever his name is.
Let me see.
Tim Boyle. I don't think it was it.
We sure?
I don't even know. I don't know why it's not sparking nothing in me.
I swear I don't know why they either. Cause damn, it wasn't that long ago.
I know the Black Friday game. I don't know. Did I not watch? I don't. Yeah, 34-13 Miami. Let me see. Yeah, Tim Boyle. TT's right. Tim Boyle played. Tim Boyle played.
I didn't watch that game.
Mostert went off. Now he's an anytime touchdown scorer. He had 2 of them things last week.
It's because the dude dropped the punt. He dropped the punt in the end zone on 18. He dropped the punt. Man. So Mostert ran that one in. And then the next drive, they threw a toss to Henry. He fumbled it, and they was right there on their 10-yard line. He ran in another one. That's how I won my fantasy in my other league.
Are you talking about last week?
We talking about last week, but the Black Friday week is when they played the Jets in New York on a Friday. They was the only team that played that night.
I can't even remember what I was doing. I don't know. So we saying Raheem on the anytime.
Yeah, he got 2 touchdowns last week, and he just seems to find that end zone. You feel me?
Hey. We might put him for the 2 touchdowns.
Real talk. No, some real talk. Like I would say an anytime /2 touchdown scorer. I would label that, Cliff, as an anytime /2+ touchdown scorer.
Him and McCaffrey, the only ones I can see doing it.
Well, McCaffrey had some games where he ain't been scoring touchdowns lately, though. Debo's the nigga. If I'm betting on the 49ers, Debo is the nigga I'm going anytime touchdown scorer.
They've been making Debo work for his stuff.
They are, and look, that's the one news I forgot to share. He broke some record. Where's it at?
Who did?
Debo. Let me pull it up on NFL.com. Matter of fact, 49ers, Debo Samuel scores 19th rushing touchdown, sets career record for wide receivers.
Yeah, I believe it.
You gotta pay the man.
He's gonna shatter that then.
Gotta pay the man. Yeah, he gonna go off with that.
He's already paid, ain't he?
Yeah, but he gonna want more. Shit, I would.
You just need a Super Bowl for you to be asking about Mo.
It depends on how far the team helped take me.
We got Chiefs Pats.
I got the Chiefs by 10. And then Pacheco coming back, man, because, listen. Let's see.
There's no way we can upset this week, but, man, we did.
Well, he didn't practice today. He did not practice today.
He don't want to play against that New England defense.
Who's that? They still exist?
The defense hasn't allowed,
I'm going Chiefs 7.
What they say it was on Facebook. I'm gonna go Chiefs 10. Which they should beat us by 50, but they probably won't.
Cowboys Bills.
I got the Cowboys by 6. Okay. Cowboys by 6. And we didn't call anytime touchdown scorer for that last game, did we?
Oh, no, we didn't.
I don't want to do it for the Patriot game either.
I mean, I was going to say, this is just me. I think Travis Kelce gets redemption this week and gets at least one. I think he gets one in this game.
Zeke, maybe.
Over Travis as far as the two teams?
Zeke looked good last
That was one play. Let's keep it a buck. That was that little I know the little. Look at you. I know the little.
He has been working.
The run game was all right too, but I did like the little outs today. He got like the one touchdown. He got, I think, on that out.
We threw one to Hunter. Henry.
Hey, motherfucker! Oh, I should have called you. Oh, roll the tape, Cliff. Roll the fucking tape, Cliff. Roll the fucking tape. CT, I'm on your ass. You said Hunter Henry ain't shit. He weak. Woody woo woo. Why we get him? He had two, not one Cliff, but 2 touchdowns last week. That just goes, hold on, Cliff.
That don't mean nothing.
Cliff, hold on. Hear me out, CT. You put, okay, but here's the difference. You got Bailey Zappi in. Mac Jones wasn't working the offense right. It shows when you put somebody in and they use what they got, you can make something happen.
Juju Smith sure looked good too.
So. Yeah, you want to talk about that? Hey, he went off. Good. Did you see the highlights of that game? Or at least he went off against Pittsburgh. He went off.
He played for the Steelers. That's
I feel like
I ain't got nothing to do with that.
I feel like these niggas heard UCT and went
getting back with his ex. He got back at his ex. You know what I'm saying? Let me show you off what I got with my Luke chick over here.
He looked like a number one wide receiver in that game. He looked like a number one wide receiver.
He's been MIA all year.
The Steelers is looking better than the Patriots.
Right. In Clint. CT. That's under Mac Jones, the majority. Bailey Zappi coming in and he got shit popping with niggas. 2 touchdowns. 1 touch. What?
Man.
Stop
that, man.
I told you had weapons. No, now you jump on the bandwagon. Yeah, I like 100. Oh, yeah, you know.
Now y'all talking like we Super Bowl contenders off.
No, but that's nice to see. That was nice to see, though. We're talking a Steelers defense. Think about that, bro.
That's why I wanted that all year.
I mean, but you didn't have Bailey Zappi and them boys all year. Like, he might bring something different than Mac. Sometimes that happens. You know what I mean? He got shit clicking. Or potentially. You know what I mean? He looks comfortable in that offense, too. You know what I'm saying?
Every other game, we can't.
You can't. You gotta give somebody momentum. See, you feel me? Like, but he's showing you, bro. He can use them boys. You got CT. Real talk. Real talk.
He played against TJ Watt, too. That's big.
You don't got an anytime touchdown on that game?
For the Chiefs pass.
You don't think Travis gets one?
I mean, I can
It'll be
see
Rice. It'll be like Rice or somebody. Rice been killing it.
Oh yeah, I can see Rashid Rice. Hell yeah, I had him. I just didn't have him grouped together.
Or Gray. He'll throw it to Gray, Noah Gray or some shit. Like.
But this year especially, I don't know if like motherfuckers got a point when they be saying Vegas got lightning don't seem to strike twice.
What you mean?
Like, unless it's a guaranteed player, like, you know,
right.
It don't seem to be a situation where they go off 2 times, 2 weeks in a row.
Like back to back, yeah.
Right. So I don't know. That's the whole reason why I could see it being a Travis, but I'm just not comfortable placing any time on that game.
Me either.
I mean, I feel you though. Like, yeah, that's why I said it's optional. That's more like I will say that we'll consider that an optional. You know, we don't.
Yeah, but I would say
Travis
Kelce could be an optional in that.
Yeah, but I'm just thinking out of this, you know, the people in that game, I'm thinking Kelce gets one. I just feel like, especially after what's been going on with them lately, you know, Taylor Swift gonna be, you know, he gonna get his. He gonna get one.
You still want to keep them Pro Bowl numbers up, so yeah, you gotta get you some.
You know what I mean? And you dating the big superstar, you can't just niggas gonna talk. Oh, your man went 3 games without touching. When he gonna score? You know? Yeah.
Now here it go. The Buffalo Cowboys game. Yeah, Mark said Cowboys 6.
I'm gonna go Bills.
I'm leaning Bills too.
Yeah, y'all know I don't like the Cowboys, but I gotta give credit when credit's due. And that ball I've been seeing them play, especially against us last week.
I'm going Bills 14.
That's interesting. Oh, that's Stephon Gilmore gonna listen to this episode.
Going Bills 7.
Yeah, I think the Bills at their best are better than the Cowboys at their best. So I think I'm gonna go Bills too. And they low man with a lot of players out. So, but I feel like Josh come, they both interception throwers.
Hell yeah!
Right.
But lately, Dak, like I said, I gotta give credit. Lately, Dak been looking
he ain't
good.
Been forcing nothing. He ain't been forcing nothing.
He throwing shit off the back shoulder. All that.
I'm still going.
CD Lamb had on them Kobe cleats. Y'all see them?
You hear me? No, I didn't see it.
I ain't never seen them before in my life. I said them are so hard.
CD, he's
you said Bills. What you going Bills? What?
Cowboys 6.
Cowboys 6.
Okay. Hey, he talked himself.
They playing in Dallas. Drop like every game they play in Dallas. No.
Let me see. They are playing. They're playing in Buffalo.
Oh, okay.
It don't matter. He made me change it. Cowboys 6. Who's the anytime score?
CeeDee Lamb and I think James Cook, either one's a good option.
Tony Pollard.
I do like Tony Pollard. Why the fuck is it playing a commercial?
I would definitely go James Cook.
No,
You wouldn't go Cook.
But here's why I caution what you say, Cliff, because the Cowboys defense isn't no slouch. Micah Parsons is a dog. So James Cook is gonna have a little tough time. He's gonna have a tough time against that Dallas defense.
Yeah, they shuts that run down.
But he catch too.
No, he does. But Stephon Gilmore, them niggas cover too. Apparently, like Malik Hooker, your boy Malik Hooker's out there.
Six out there. The rookie said record.
I would still go James. I would go James. I'll put an optional down, but I would
interception
go
touchdown.
But I'm liking CeeDee Lamb against that Bills secondary to get him a touchdown for sure. Like I don't think that's even. I like Jake Ferguson, the tight end too.
Cook's been balling.
Cook has been balling. I got him on the fantasy team.
Jake Ferguson.
Yep.
Jake Ferguson had that hurdle last week.
Bruh, crazy.
Yeah, that was nasty. A couple of them had a hurdle.
Crazy.
So, who are we said?
I mean, there's options, right? I mean, you could rank them to your own choosing. We can let people decide that. But Jake Ferguson's a good possibility. Just throwing out the possibilities. Tony Pollard, James Cook, CeeDee Lamb. Dawson Knox is a good call out, actually.
Michael Gallup got one last week.
Michael Gallup, man.
Next game, Ravens, Jags.
I got Ravens by 10.
The Jags need a clinch with this 13. Win, man. They bullshit, no.
Ravens 13.
I think the Ravens by 6.
And I got an anytime touchdown score. This is just my opinions. Yep, Zay Flowers. I think he definitely.
A lot of people went with Gus last week. He didn't get in there.
Yeah, I did too. I went with him. He did not. I'm going with Zay.
I can rock with the Zay.
I think he's gonna do his thing. Not to say Odell won't maybe sneak one in, but I'd rather go with the.
I like the tight end Likely. He's been going to him a lot.
Yeah, Zay Likely.
Yeah, he has been.
He's looking like he's trying to get comfy in that offense.
I would go with the Zay. I'm not gonna say I wouldn't go with the Zay.
But like I said, you could throw out options. It depends on how you could throw out both. That's what I mean.
You got ETN on the other side.
Yeah. Don't forget about
Ingram been scoring every week. He had 2 last week.
Yeah, I was about to say Ingram. I got him down as an anytime.
Yeah, Evan had 2 last week.
Calvin Ridley, you got Jones. You got a lot of options this game too.
Yeah,
I think Evans is a safe bet. Eagles Seahawks.
I got my Eagles by 7.
I got the Eagles by 20. I think Locke is the quarterback for the Seahawks right now.
You sleeping on? Oh, is Geno? I forgot. Yeah. Hold on, Cliff. Hey, Cliff.
Do your homework on the Seahawks.
Right. I forgot Geno's out.
It's different. It's a lot.
Where you right?
13.
Yeah, I'm gonna up you and say 14 then with this dude.
And I think what's name might be suspended. He got ejected last week. DK.
DK. Hey, they niggas need to stop trying my nigga DK for real. That nigga's about to beat the shit out of one of these niggas one day. Why?
That nigga's soft. He just
nobody. They ain't not even trying to fight. This is a brotherhood.
No, I'm just playing.
This is a brotherhood.
I'm just talking shit.
Fred wasn't even trying to be hype on him like that. He was mad.
No, he had he had his like face mask. Hey, DK grabbed this.
They did start off winning though. Now they losing a lot of games, so he probably just frustrated.
He's frustrated. Yeah, he's ain't like AJ Brown type shit. Motherfuckers be pissed. Too many steroids.
He trying to cry his way out. He'd be out next.
Mm-hmm.
Well, who we got hitting him?
That's the last game we have.
Yeah.
Stephen
Oh,
A,
we
man,
didn't. Unless
Zion,
we got
man. He ain't fat.
Oh, you talking about Stephen A. calling? You said Zion fat?
I don't know. I won't call him fat, but I'll say
he been out of shape. CT, he don't want to admit it.
Bro, if he lose weight
out of
and
shape.
Get skinny, he's not gonna play the same.
When did he get skinny?
But if he did, we don't want to see him skinny. He'll lose his superpower.
No, in shape. You gotta be in shape. You can still have power and be in shape.
You will lose his superpowers.
Anthony, what superpowers he got?
If
McDoubles?
He getting older as he go. He gonna lose his superpower if he can't lift up off the ground like he used to.
Come to McDonald's and get a cheeseburger. Look at him. Yeah, out of the shoes, and the shoes would rip. Fat ass. Lose weight. Tone up.
Like
Tone up. That ruined his career. That shit.
Real talk. Like Mike. You know what? He might end up being a bust if he don't pan out. If he don't pan out, he's not as good as He's not as good as we thought he should be.
I don't think it'll be a bust, but
I mean, as far as his potential was supposed to be, you know what I mean? Zion fucking Williamson,
the next Charles Barkley.
Oh, I wouldn't. That's not a compliment to me.
That is a fucking compliment. You must not have seen Charles play. If it wasn't
keep it a buck. I just don't like his. If
it wasn't for Michael Jordan, Charles would be that man.
I mean,
no, I agree with that to an extent.
Charles wouldn't be that man because Charles couldn't be that man.
Nah, Charles was that guy, but
now Karl Malone would have got that ring if there wasn't no Michael Jordan and John Stockton in the boys.
It's a lot of people like
That's a different subject, right? You know, but yeah. Anytime touchdown scores, quick throwouts, I'd say Zay Flowers. Like I said, Mike Evans. You could say.
I'm gonna say my hit the showers is Patrick Mahomes.
For his reaction after that?
Hell yeah. And you going out bad, motherfucker.
You supposed to walk to the locker room with a straight face after that?
Motherfuckers got the voiceover as him as Kermit the Frog. He said, man, that fucking call was awful, man.
Why he throw the helmet with the left hand so
you gotta send that shit
bad. He going out bad.
Yeah, it was a poor reaction for him and his character, you know, especially to something that was truly.
I understand being upset, but
yeah,
it wasn't like you wasn't wrong. That's like being like, but I wasn't that wrong. But you were wrong. You fucked up. The play was fucked up.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. No, I say my hit the showers got to go to my squad again, man. Like, I know we're going to lose games, but just the fashion that we're losing, the turnovers, the lack of discipline, the amount of penalties that we had called on us last week was outrageous because people
only scoring a touchdown on defense.
Like, you can't have that, bro. Like, again, I'm fine with a loss here and there if it's a hard-earned fought game. But for you to just play the way they've been playing the past, I think you're going to win a Super Bowl.
Like Fletcher Cox got a sack and then Jalen Carter ran it in.
Yeah, he got somebody get stripped, fumble. Jalen Carter, his ass was on the go, though. That boy, for a big man, that nigga took off.
Took off.
That's his first one. You got to get in there on your first one.
And your rookie year, too. That nigga might be getting spoiled.
Stadium.
Right, he might be spoiled.
Oh, and I was just going to say, too, I would throw out Deebo Samuel against the Cardinals. Definitely not only an anytime touchdown score, but one of those potential 2 touchdown or more scores against the Cardinals this Sunday.
Yeah, that team, anybody can get to. You can get Kittle for
Well, just especially him. You know what I mean? Like, that's just what I'm thinking.
Brandon Ayuk, whatever his name is, he's nice.
I'll throw out Cooper Kupp's a good one to look at against the Commanders.
Oh, for sure. He looks like he's back. He looks back.
Yeah. And then I'd say Jalen Hurts is going to get the tush push at least once in the Eagles-Seahawks game.
And I like Mostert for sure.
Mostert, yeah, he's definitely gonna be on that 1 to 2. But yeah, that's all I had on the last.
Alvin Kamara playing this week?
Yeah, I believe so, but I got him. He got one last week too. Yeah,
I like Williams too for the Broncos.
For the Broncos, I like Cortland Sutton. He's been getting his. Him and Russ been eating. Yeah, I like Cortland Sutton as a good one. Right. I like Cortland Sutton as an anytime touchdown scorer. Alvin Kamara. But yeah, no.
And then Breece Hall. I feel like Breece Hall get in there this week.
Saquon Barkley, I don't know if we mentioned him as well. I like him as an anytime touchdown. He's definitely got his last week.
Catching a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I got him.
That's all I got. Different options depending on what people want to do.
Go for sure. So
I'm copying and pasting. Matter of fact, let me put all this in one. You think I'm playing? Yeah. Yeah. Well, CT, who's hit the showers? Did you give it?
He already gave it.
He said Stephen A.
Right.
I mean,
he said I seen him at the free throw line. His belly was out.
I ain't calling him fat, but he could be more disciplined.
I gotta agree on that.
Make him look rougher too when he let his facial hair and everything grow out.
Oh, yeah.
His hair ain't been cut. I said Zion looking rough.
Like,
you know what I mean?
Subscribe, share, tell a friend to tell a friend, tell an enemy, tell that motherfucker to troll. We'll catch y'all next Wednesday. We out this bitch.
Man, Darren said he was gonna hop on tonight with us too, man.
Hey,
fucking.
Yeah, I know.